Hey everybody, welcome back to the cave. What you see before you is a handsaw blade that was in my truck toolbox, my quote-unquote waterproof truck toolbox, which turned out not to be so waterproof, and got a substantial amount of corrosion on the blade that most of it I wire brushed off already. But, it left some pits and some etching marks and things like that. And I said, well, what do I do next? Do I go chemical on it? Well, I don't have a bead blaster, but if I did, I might try that. But I don't have one, so we aren't trying it. Then I had a wild idea. Let me get this out of the way. And we're going to find out together whether or not the wild idea is going to pay off here. I'm going to lay that down so it doesn't fall on my foot. These little guys here are, you might recognize them if you've used them before. It's just little polishing media pyramids, and it's resin with gentle abrasive in it. And what I want to try and do is smooth out the surface of that saw blade and get in some of the pits. And I don't want to remove too much material. Just want to smooth things out so it's more usable. So this may be perfect solution or total bust. We're going to find out. So let me grab some gloves because I'm going to be using a little bit of adhesive here. And what I got is a piece of closed cell foam. It's kind of like the thing that floor mats are made out of, and they're very common. And I just cut a piece off. I'm going to make a polishing pad out of it with these little pyramids. But to do that, I'm going to have to glue them on there. So I'm going to try some polyurethane glue and see if that'll work. And if it doesn't, well, those little polishing pyramids are sold by the bucket, and I got plenty of them. Come on. I'm just going to lay some on here. Alrighty. And let's see. I think, well, I'm going to go ahead and get these kind of messed up because they're going to be picking up the little pyramids anyway and setting them down. We shall see. Unfortunately, these little abrasive things are not all uniform. They may look that way on camera, but they're not all the same size exactly. That's okay because I can probably adjust the surface with a diamond flat or something, and we'll see how that works. And again, this may be the worst idea ever, but we're going to see what we get. I'm trying to get these, you see that little kind of pit thing there, that's it. I guess that's the end of where they were molded, so I'm trying to find that and stick it right side up and hopefully remain a little bit uniform. Actually should be doing this in a random pattern, but we'll just stick with what we got. Since it's such a small pad, looks like about 4 across will fit. Yeah, normally this type of media is used in a tumbler, and it's for removing light rust without significantly abrading the part. Like, I guess if you had a rusty old bolt with threads on it, you might put it in the tumbler and still have threads left after it came out, which would be helpful. Well, what do you know, it looks like I designed it that length on purpose, but I guarantee you I didn't. Something going on down there. Ah, a little hanger-oner. Well, we'll call that a reject. A little piece of plastic stuck to the bottom. How about you? And you. Alrighty. I think we're probably well set there. So, we'll come back. This polyurethane stuff usually sets up in a couple hours, so I think I will be back in a couple hours and we'll see what we've got. Okay, we're back, and we have our little pad all glued up here. Everything is pretty solid. What I did do was take a little diamond plate and kind of even out the tops of these little pyramids. And I think what we're going to do, as sort of an acid test, is get a really rusty blade that hasn't been wire brushed at all. And there's one. It's a carbide hacksaw blade, or hacksaw blade with a carbide grit edge. And as you can see, that's pretty rusty. So I'm going to try just with a little water on it to see what this will do. Wish I had a little bit wider rusty thing, but I don't. So let's see. Oh, squeak, squeak. Well, let me get it off of the paper towel. I can see where that's going. Yep, fingernails on the chalkboard. Let me see where we're at here. Get a little. You know, it's taking the loose rust off at least. I'll do a little bit more. Of course, the whole idea of using the little tumbling media pyramids was to get point pressure and to get down into the pits, or at least into the depressions that might be there because of the corrosion. Of course, the little pits are too small for the points to get into, but at least there's some concentrated pressure there to kind of break things up. Okay. Well, let's see what we got here. Yeah, you probably can't tell from the camera because you can't feel through the camera lens. It's a heck of a lot smoother and possibly useful. Let me just try one other little thing here while I got this out. Put a little rubbing compound on there and see if a little abrasive. That's all dried out, needs a little Needs a little help there. Okay. Come on. Just kind of spread that out and see what, if any, difference it makes. I guess I'll just stay over on this end here, and we can contrast that with what was done over there. Oh, that's interesting. I think it needs a little more water. Well, at least it isn't squeaking as badly. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can actually read U.S. patent something something. Oh, was a Remington blade. Yeah, Remington grit. So it looks like that the orange rubbing compound significantly helps the situation. Now these little polishing media, tumbling media pyramids have abrasive in them, but it appears to be so gentle that, you know, it doesn't really take a lot of the rust, the deep rust out. Let me do a little more over here with just, let me clean that off so I don't have any compound on it, or not much. Go over here and try. Yeah, I guess if you rubbed at it long enough, you might get a little better action, but it really helps to have. I can feel the difference. You can maybe see it if I tilt it around. You know, that area is a lot shinier, so the rubbing compound definitely helps, and you got point pressure there on these little pyramid tops and plenty of area in between to let the slurry move around. So, well, the next step, I'll bring you back in a minute after I get set up with the big saw blade. We'll see how it does on that. And well, so far it looks good. I guess we'll just stick with the rubbing compound as a method, and we'll see where it goes. So I'll bring you back in a minute.